Today I'm going to talk to you about the way the processed food are destroying your health. A lot of people don't know that processed food are really bad food, but that's what has been promoted. So in this video I'm going to show you how it's disturbing your health. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Olivier. I'm a weight loss and wellness coach, and I've been able to lose 77 pounds or 35 kilos in 9 months by adopting a plant-based nutrition, as you can see for yourself in this picture. Okay, like I was saying, processed food are really bad. And when you look as a race, 51% of what we eat is processed food. 42% are animal products, and only 7% are fruit and vegetables. And unfortunately, in those 7%, the majority eats potatoes to make French fries, so we eat very little of fresh produce. And when we eat processed food, they are full of additive, coloring, flavoring, preservative, which are chemical substances not recognized by the body, and they create havoc. So by eating processed food, it's going to make us addicted, obese, and sick. So you can see how the processed food are not good for us. And when I'm talking about processed food, it's usually the man-made food. You find them in cartons, in bottles, in cans. So that's what I'm talking about. And when you look at food like white sugar, white rice, white flour, when they are produced, they are not white. But to give them the white appearance, they are processed in a very bad way or too much. And because of that, they lose all the vitamin, the nutrient, the fiber, and they become very toxic to the human mechanism. And by eating those food, it's going to give you lots of heart problems. It's going to make you overweight. And there's a lot of complications which can happen. So because when in the society, we've all been told that what is white is good, but it's not true. So if you can stay away from white stuff as much as you can, white food, I mean, you'll be in good health. So for example, instead of eating the white rice, you need the brown rice. Instead of eating the white sugar, you need the brown sugar. Or better, you can use the cane sugar, or you can use the dried dates. The dried date is a lot better. So you can see for yourself that all these food are not good for us. And when you look as well, in all these foods, they keep telling you that it's sugar-free. Because they've noticed that a lot of people have been able to discover that the sugar, the refined sugar, are precise, the refined sugar, because the sugar from the fruit is completely different. So the refined sugar are very bad for the human mechanism, and a lot of people are starting to find out about that. That's why these food scientists, to trick you, to trick people, what they've decided to do now is to produce, or they invented what is called aspartame, which is an artificial sweetener, and it's very toxic. So in all the labels they will put, oh, it's sugar-free, but instead they will put aspartame, and they don't tell people what aspartame is. But like I've just told you, aspartame is an artificial sweetener. It's a nerve poison, and it's very toxic. And you find aspartame in more than 10,000 products sold in supermarkets. Did you hear that, guys? More than 10,000 products. And here are some of them. And you can see you've got products like crisp, toothpaste, mouthwash, over-the-counter medication, chewing gum, sweet, a lot of stuff. Ketchup have got aspartame. Okay, a quick interruption to the video. Are you a woman over 30? Then I've got a question for you. How many times have you tried to lose weight only to give up? Have you ever felt like you are in a never-ending cycle of trying to lose weight only to become discouraged and give up? Maybe it's those 50 or more pounds that have crept up over the years, or those stubborn 10 pounds that seemed glued into place. You've tried everything. You've starved yourself. You've counted calories. You've done juice fasting, and then you throw in the towel. So I've got a suggestion. Why not try something different? Something that people just like you have found not only effective but also enjoyable. If that's the case, then click the link in the description box to discover 3 weight loss secrets that every woman over 30 needs to know to start losing weight effortlessly. And now back to the video. And what do you notice in the picture that I've just put now? You can see that there's a hand. You can see that hands are avoiding a lollipop with aspartame. Even hands, they know that you don't have to eat aspartame. But us human beings, we are supposed to be more intelligent, but we are okay to eat aspartame. And when we eat aspartame, it's going to give us lots of side effects such as fibromyalgia, severe PMS, multiple sclerosis, blindness, birth defect, hyperactivity in children. So you can see for yourself that aspartame is very, very bad for our system. So guys, you can see as well that as a general rule, you need to avoid processed food because they are not designed for the human mechanism. They keep telling you that you need to eat processed food. They tell you that it's got vitamins, it's got nutrients and stuff like that, which is completely false. You need to avoid as much as you can the man-made food. Instead what you need to eat is God's food. And by God's food, I mean whole food, which is fruit, vegetables, legumes, grains, nuts, and seeds, which are live food. And why do I call them live food? Because first of all, you need to understand is that we are electrical beings. For this body to work in an optimal way, we need microelectricity. And we can only have microelectricity from live food. And like I've just told you, live food is fruit, vegetables, legumes, grains, nuts, and seeds. And why do I call them live food? Let's say, for example, you get a green banana. If you leave it there, after a couple of days, it becomes yellow, ripe. And if nobody eats that banana, after a week, 10 days, only then the rotting process starts. So you can see that the banana had a life. It was green, yellow, and ready to rot. Or for example, you can take a seed, you put that in the soil, a tree will grow, which will bear fruit. But on the contrary, if you look at animal product, as soon as the animal dies, the rotting process starts immediately. Okay? Immediately, which means that it's dead food. You look, for example, you cannot take, for example, a piece of chocolate and you put that in the soil and expect a tree full of chocolate to grow. No, it's dead food. This is a living body. You've got living bodies. How can you feed a living body with dead food? This dead food have got no life energy. And they can only produce diseases and death. And for those of you who are Christians, if you look in Genesis 1:29, it says that God gives us fruit and vegetables. So in the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve were allowed to eat fruit and vegetables. God didn't say that we can eat animal products like meat, fish, chicken. He didn't say that. He didn't say that you are allowed to eat processed food. He didn't say that you're allowed to eat or drink dairy products. He only said fruit and vegetables. And when you eat fruit, vegetables, legumes, grain, nuts and seed, so stuff that comes from the ground, basically you'll be able to live a disease-free life. And like I've just told you in other videos, that my life has been completely transformed just by doing that. I've stopped eating all animal products, all dairy products, and most processed food. And because of that, I've been able to reverse all my chronic diseases. I was suffering from high blood pressure, massive headaches every day or every other day, dandruff, chest pain, back pain, abscesses, joint pain, a lot of dental problems. And I've been able to reverse all these chronic diseases. They've completely gone. Although the doctor told me that I will be on medication for the rest of my life. But I've been able to get rid of all these chronic diseases just by eating live food and avoiding all this other bad food. And for the past 8 years, I've not been sick a single day. Guys, you cannot understand the feeling of not being sick for 8 years. Not even a simple headache. Because I remember in the past, when I used to suffer from flu. You'll spend 2 weeks at home feeling bad, having lots of aches in your joints and stuff like that, headaches, massive headaches and stuff like that. You've got your nose clogged up and stuff. But for 8 years, I've been disease-free. And for the past 9 years, I've not taken a single pill, not even a paracetamol or an aspirin. So guys, the message that I wanted to let you know today is that processed food are not good for you. If you start eating whole food, God's food, you'll be able to live a disease-free life. Because it is said that my people perish by lack of knowledge. And what I'm trying to do in my channel is to to empower you with knowledge so that you can live a disease-free life. Okay guys, till next time, take care of yourself and bye-bye.